no point playing this boring map. and all that happened was some insane aggression from both sides and some monkey spam, and he calls it a boring map. What would he rather play? Twin fucking Rivers?
So, alright, so Shen was actually not necessarily losing that. He's just like, I'm bored, I'm gonna go next.
He was losing it. He lost control of the mid islands. That's the sole reason why he was losing it. But it's not like it's unrecoverable, because before that his position was slightly better than Jack's, because he cancelled Jack's expansion and it was a lot later, so he was like on 15% more mass income for quite a bit.
Wow, what a man, just asserted dominance. He's like, all right, yeah, I don't need to play this one out. We're good. I'll just go win the next two. It'll be fine.
Anyway, this one, it's UEF versus UEF. There's quite a bit of reclaim, but it is a Red Rocks map, so it's not gonna be a lot. The mid is actually a plateau. It's not gonna be completely irrelevant, even though there's only 2 maxes and a tiny bit of reclaim. But like later on, if you can somehow, like if nobody's in mid, you drop some T3 engineers, you just make like, this is very late game by the way, like you spread out some SAMs, you get a sexy radar there, you make some TMLs, some RDs, you can be extremely obnoxious, and the plateau is quite high, I think, so it's it can be very obnoxious to deal with it. But yeah, it's UD is tryhard is manually reclaiming.
Would he do that? He would.
Yeah, he would. That's what we call filthy. Meanwhile, Jack is sending his labs to the back of his base. I'm not sure about that decision.
We have Yeet Bigley and Cow are the labs' names.
Doesn't deserve a name.
Yeah, the third one doesn't get one.
Where is Jack saying 1-0 and in pause?
Yeah, I'm not sure why he's paused.
I mean, I'm not sure. I feel like labs should be decently strong on this map, because the main base only has, what is it, 5 maxes, and the rest is kind of far away. And I think what Jack should be doing here is going like triple lab like this, and then just go insanely greedy engineer spam spread. Because like UD should in theory be focused on defending as well, right? Because if you make tanks, you can't be aggressive, but you have to defend against the labs. Unless, like, I mean, Jack maybe should be careful. Like UD can also build labs, but I don't know. I haven't really seen any 1v1s from UD in the ages, but he usually isn't really the type of player that goes aggressive in the early stage. He's not in team games.
I mean, the interesting thing to me is that these 3 mech brains seem to want to stick together with their scout and just sort of go over to the top right. He's not going to split them out immediately?
True. I mean, I'm not sure what the plan is, we will see. UD rushed this quick second Lance Factory. Okay, he just made a singular tank to try and raid with it, but I kinda disagree with that. I think people undervalue UEF labs to raid with them by quite a bit. It's like a single UEF lab is twice as cheap as a UEF tank, almost, and is twice as fast to build as well.
I mean, it's just the best raiding lab on a map like this.
You literally, instead of 1 tank, you could have 2 labs, and it's the same time. The factory is busy. It's the same mass cost. It's the same E cost. Everything is the same, except you have 2 labs instead of 1 tanks. Every cost is the same. But on a map like this tank is supposed to be raiding, right? That's why he sends it in, so might as well make 2 labs instead, I'd say. At least that's my thought.
I mean, I think you're right. Just make labs. Meanwhile, UD is out. Oh, this could be a bit dangerous. Sending 6 engineers, kind of exactly where the labs are trying to go. Now, he does have some land scouts to hopefully see what's going on here, so he doesn't lose too many of these for free.
Yeah, But he did do a transport rush. Well, Jack chose not to do that. Yeah, Jack just made 2 inties and playing really defensively with them.
But Jagged
Almost-
scouts the transport.
Yeah, but it's too late. That's the issue. Although the labs will react there.
Yeah, the labs are here. Like, you can split up these labs, get them out in the field, at least
These
deny
2
one drop.
engineers should be dead. Like the one that drop on the top left shouldn't be, but I mean there's nothing to kill it. But at least delaying these 2 engineers is pretty important. So the labs will actually pay for themselves, which is nice.
Yeah, that's a hydro delayed, that's this expansion delayed. He probably wants a factory up here to expand outward, and he's gonna get none of that.
Yeah, that's like considering he dropped the top left, he's just making factories there, but he kind of delayed like this. These 2 labs cost him like a couple thousand mass most likely because of all these missed maxes. He does keep the trends though, although it's locked, but I feel like this is a blunder from Jack because, you know, it's been so long, Yudi already has 3 inties. Although if he kills the transports, maybe it's fine, but the inties from Jack are the micros, and he's gonna lose them for free, I think. Yeah, that's some good air micro from Yudi.
Yeah, well done from UD, keeping the transport
And
alive.
the new inti that comes didn't lock the transport. It could have almost killed it, but he went for one other inti. That's 3 intis wasted from Jack. The labs are still alive though. The third lab also killed an expanding engineer, although there were no labs sent to the bottom, and Judy just walked engineers to those 2 max expansions, and you know there's nothing to stop him, which kind of shouldn't really happen. That's kind of the thing. That's what I do very poorly as well. Like playing it too safe. It's kind of what Jack is doing because he didn't send any engineers to 3 max expansions north of him, and Judy just did. But usually you're like, well, I mean, it feels really greedy, right? Because it's such a long distance and you have no protection, but you can't raid and protect everything at the same time, so you might as well send it, because like you see for Yudi, it just works and he gets +6 maxes because of that.
Yeah, I'd just like to point out for the record that Jagged's initial snoop got to 2 levels of vet because it killed a radar and a bunch of other stuff.
Like the raiding from Jagged is good, but I feel like he still should have raided more. He's just stopped making those 3 labs, but I feel like could have made like almost 10 more.
Yeah, like another 10 labs.
He didn't do anything to raid the bottom right of UDs, and he still could have used more labs at the top. Like that's what I was saying at the start. This is such a lab map that's for the early expansion phase.
Just pretend you're Aeon. It'll be fine.
Jack is gonna lose an inti to a tank.
Unfortunate.
Well, unfortunate considering he already lost 3 intis earlier, and he's gonna lose another inti to a tank.
I'm concerned that Jagged has no forward production. Like, UD has this very nice proxy over on the top right, and Jagged doesn't really have anything that's really equivalent to that.
Yeah, they do send the ASUs to the same site, but mass income wise, UD is not that ahead yet, but I feel like he will be ahead quite soon. Although Jack did finally get to his maxes, because UD is mostly defending. Even though UD has more units, I feel he's playing more defensively because Jack has that early unit movement advantage. UD has 20 tanks, Jack has 20. It's actually equal. But UD has an advantage, but from the start, but it's not a very large advantage, I think. Although, let's see, Jack is overflowing 400 E, so he should go tech to air, which is what he does now. So Jack will be faster on tech to air. We'll see if he makes a big investment in that. I still feel okay. He did finally make a transport. I was about to say, like, you definitely need a transport on this map.
I feel like Jagged just needs more forward production so he doesn't get completely demolished up in the top left in like 3 minutes time.
Yeah, he needs, especially considering his SU isn't there to defend it either. It's like either he should be prepared to kind of give it up because he does have all the UD spam scouted. Like maybe he can give it up and do the same push on the bottom right of UD. Because that's where both ACUs are. So Yudi's actually... oh no, he's not rotating. He's just reclaim.
I mean, what if he just builds to snipe Yudi right here? Like...
That's possible. It will be very lame though, and I will bully him for it.
It would be somewhat lame, but you know, in the tournament I wouldn't try to blame him too hard for it. Because I feel like you could just build 6 gunships and Yudi would die.
I mean, he doesn't have air, but aside from that...
Well, I mean, Yudi's got 12 inties to Jagged's 4. Jagged could...
Okay, let's take a bet how many kills this 1 PD of Jagged is gonna get. I'm going for 24.
Oh, I'm gonna go for 34. It's gonna kill every single thing ever.
Nah.
There's not a single arty.
I think Judy already reacted. Yeah, there's not a single arty yet, but Judy's probably gonna go around, so it's not gonna get too many kills.
Alright, well, Yudi needs to stop being so good at the game and let the PD get more kills. It's trying so hard. It deserves this. But Jagged... Oh yeah, he's building a few gunships.
Yudi has 60 tanks, Jagged has 30.
But Yudi has, like, no anti-air or artillery in any of this. And Jagged has quite a few T1 PDs all across the map. Plus the gunships are going to be pretty good at defending against all this aggression.
I think Yudi's still not tech to air, so his tech to air is very late. Also, there's a lap at the top right, by the way, still alive. Sadly, he misses 1 mass for another bet.
He's trying his best.
But this raid on the bottom from Yudi is pretty annoying. He's gonna deny the Hydra and 4 maxes, and probably gonna kill some more. And that gunship should probably deal with that. Like around Jack's ACU, like units to the top and bottom are moving through. Like not having a radar there is a huge blunder from Jacked.
Yeah, Jagged does not have great intel on this map. The man has exactly 1 radar on the entire...
Yeah, like...
Oh, 2. One's under construction.
Like, if he built a radar next to his ACU, he does have 1 cute, but that will literally cover the entire choke point. And units that are raiding through the choke points are killing so much. And that should not be allowed. Although the gunships from Jagged, I assume, are gonna be efficient, although he does send most of them top, and considering he doesn't have air, they will get killed.
Yeah, and they were shooting a wall, which is unfortunate. I mean, they do kill the NG up there for...
Yeah. Can he kill the radar, the upgrading radar?
He could, but he doesn't.
Yeah. He needs some gunships at the bottom.
Jagged's doing some nice raiding, though, on the bottom right. Might kill this factory.
Yeah, it's true.
He just needs to make something happen with all these gunships, because he's spent so much of his economy into investing them.
No, that's false. Like, it's not nowhere near as much eco as Judy spent on making tanks. Like sure, you spent 2k mass in gunships, but if those gunships kill at least 2k mass in land units, which is certainly possible, considering that those land units were made earlier, it's more efficient for the gunships. Although at some point he needs to make air, so he can actually... Because he has 0 inties right now. The issue is right now intel and spreading out the gunships properly. Because he keeps losing the gunships kind of for free. Although they do get their value, there's gunships at the top left that just died, killed 300 mass. It's just more than the gunship is worth, but it's... You know, you kinda want to... Because UEF gunships are... They're bad, but they're cheap. That's like the way they work. So, if you have like 6 of them spread out everywhere, you can't have inties everywhere, or at least it's a lot harder to do. Like, you just attack move the gunship somewhere and they will automatically get value, and it's extremely obnoxious and APM draining to deal with it. And that's kind of what you... But he so far has been sending almost everyone to the top where Judy's inties are, which is not great.
Yeah, and like the raid on the bottom left is still doing work. Oh my gosh, he's using a gunship to drop an NG on the plateau. What a god gamer right here. Look at this guy. That's incredible.
Yeah, Yudi actually... Okay, that's I think a mistake from Yudi, I'm not sure. He's going both T3 air and T3 land at the exact same time.
Expensive?
It is expensive. I feel like if he does this, at the very least, he should pause his tech 1 unit spam, because he's stalling, depending on reclaim, he's stalling like between 10 and 100 mass per second.
Well, consider he needs to stall, otherwise he will power stall like he is currently.
Yeah. I feel like the T3 air might, well, it will work out in the end, okay. Jack is also going Tech3 land, but he has no T3 air. But the thing is, this is a map where if you have T3 lands versus T3 air, the T3 lands can easily work because there's just so much raiding potential compared to the T3 air. Considering there's very little eco, so what's the T3 air gonna do? Spread tech what maxes? Not really, so you're gonna make T3 gunships, but...
Remember that PD we said was not gonna get 24 kills?
I think it's 25 that's about to die.
No.
Wait, let's see who's gonna get closer. 27?
28?
28? So it's 4 away from my guess and 6 from yours. I win.
Alright, congratulations.
I knew that PD would be cooming.
It got some value.
A bit. This Jack really needs to clean up the bottom left. I mean, that's honestly Jack's biggest mistake. The fact that he let this much damage happen. It was basically just an intel issue.
Alright, Yudi is just not going to build a T3 P-Gen. He wants an ASF first, and boy, is that causing him some problems. Alright, he gets his ASF, but at what cost?
Yeah, because Jack still doesn't have Okay, now he actually finally built inties, but he has 16 gunships harassing everywhere. But soon it will do nothing because Jack is still only on 1 tech to P-Gen. At least he got quite a bit of tech 1 power, which isn't easily stratable, but like he's making Titans. Also, he's making 2 Percies, I'm not sure why.
I mean, Yudi is only 300 power ahead of Jagged right now, due to all the T2 power, or T1 power in the entire universe.
Yeah, but Yudi is halfway on the T3 P-Gen.
He might lose his ASF.
Yudi is also doing this the standard Saturn's issue of making too many T3 engineers. He's gonna have 7, which is 2k mass worth of build power. That he's gonna finish his 1 T3 P-Gen, and then he won't have mass to do anything else with it. He's still making pillars from his Tech 3 HQ though, so we do see some slip-ups from Yudi. This ASF already got a vet. But you see these gunships from Jack, now that he has a lot, they're everywhere. And it's extremely obnoxious to deal with. This is the right way to use the UEF gunships. Just make it so, if you go to Jack's POV and you select all of them, you can't efficiently deal with this and you will still lose tons of shit. They're sniping lots of eco.
They're just going everywhere and killing everything, and what is Yudi supposed to do with this with his singular ASF?
Yeah, he's finally gonna continue build air, although he's assisting it with all his engineers, so he's stalling 3k per second making ASF.
Also, Yudi's kind of throwing away a lot of his T1 land onto Jagged's factories, where he can easily reclaim it all.
Hey, that PD also has 27 mass kills. There's still raids at the bottom left from Yudi on Jagged.
Oh god, Yudi's power stalling again. He can't afford.
I love both Jack's and Yudi's SU positioning. They're both let me just patrol here.
I'm just gonna wander off over here, it'll be fine.
Where are the... Okay, Jack made a transport for Percy's. He's gonna drop right in Yudi's main base, but there's gonna be ASF. If this... Wait, does Yudi have a radar coverage? No.
No, he's got nothing.
If this works, it can end the game. If it doesn't work, it can also end the game. But for the other player, because it's a mass donation of 2.5k mass. That's insane.
Alright, Yudi has no idea this is happening though. He did not scout it with this T3 scout. He's power stalling pretty bad.
There's some ASFs going towards the general direction, but I'm not sure he is actually...
They're assisting a pillar.
Now he sees it. He locked it. I think it's... Okay, Jack drops it there.
Yeah, right, he's gonna drop on this Titan.
It's gonna work, even with the trans, slow drop buck build time.
Alright, it did it. Alright.
I mean, they do need 3 shots to kill a Percy, not 2. A Titan, I mean. There's some epic Tech 1 tank support as well. I mean, I feel like this is not gonna work, because that's where all UD's production is. You can even make lines of tech to BD, right? I feel like he should have just walked north from there and raid the rest of UD's maxes. The Indians are tanking for the Percies.
Heroes, a lot of them.
But Judy will have air now, because he did make 10 ASF. So air will just kill it.
Yeah, these Percies aren't really doing much. I guess the idea is to sort of get them as far away from the NGs as possible, but...
There's tanks arriving in Jagged's main base.
I'd almost like to see Jagged just sack them directly into the main base.
It's too late now.
Yeah, it's much too late. They'll never make it in time. But there is one annoying gunship hanging out, killing core
That's what
messes.
I was like, you just dropped too far away. I mean, I said earlier maybe you shouldn't commit to it, but with the air loss, I didn't really think of its first glance, but I think you should have, because now they just die for free, which is terrible.
But meanwhile, up top, Jagged is sort of just rolling over all of UD's stuff here. Titans doing Titan things, gunships everywhere. The gunships are fighting the other gunships.
It's very important to notice that Judy is slowly clearing it up. The mass income from both sides is completely even, but Judy just got 2k mass dumped in front of his base with the 2 Percies, and Judy got T3 air and Jack does not. So it's actually... The moment Judy clears up this aggression, which he will do eventually, I think he will be in a great spot.
But he's losing so much of the map in the interim, like, just everywhere. Jagged has all his stuff pretty well secured.
Yeah, but, you know, the moment Judy clears up all the raids, he can abuse air to raid, he can make T3 gunships. And what is the counter to that?
Jagged's getting his T3 P-Gen. So, I guess he could get his own T3 air, but he is a bit late to the party. UD already has 12 ASF.
I feel like if Jack didn't make these 2 Percies that didn't do anything, if he just had like 6 Titans instead sent to the bottom right or top left, or top right, like he could have done way more damage with those.
Yeah, if they had just been, honestly, anything else.
There's still gunships raiding.
They're not gonna give up.
Actually, the last one might have just died. Yeah, the last one just died. So there's 18 Titans at the moment for Jax. 14 Titans. And Judy has 11 and 3 Percies. So now Judy is the one making Percies. And he's gonna get up a lot more reclaim. And income is completely even still. And now Judy is the one also making gunships and raiding. So Judy is now stabilized, and he's gonna get more reclaim, and he still has the air advantage.
I mean, he does, but he's flying over the SAM quite a lot.
Oh yeah, the SAM has 1k mass kills. It's gonna kill another ASF. Wow, that's a big misstep.
Yeah, that's a lot of value for that SAM.
It is. Honestly, with like Jax made this T3 Pigeon all the way away from his air HQ, he should have just made a new air HQ next to that Pigeon. That would have been faster than upgrading his previous one. Tech 2 HQ is cheap anyway, like you can Ctrl K it and get most of it back.
Alright, I like this TML that was built to kill all these T2 support factories UD has built across the map.
Yeah, I saw that as well. It's pretty nice.
It's not going to really inhibit the production, but it's going to be very, very annoying.
It is very annoying.
Especially if UD ever wants to upgrade these to T3.
I mean, it's still worth it. It's still like, what is it? How much mass are those?
Oh, I mean, it's easily cost effective. Like, you can shoot a T1 factory with a TML missile and it pays for itself.
Yeah. I mean, the Tech 2 support factory is only twice as expensive as a Tech 1 factory, funnily enough. You would think it's more, but it's not. Okay, Jack is now building his own ASF, although he's almost power stalling. He needs another Pigeon, for sure. Especially considering he's reclaiming his Tech 1 Pigeons.
Also, Jagged is now sort of falling behind in the mass income game, and now there is a strat out from UD.
I I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, the moment UD stabilizes and retakes his Tech Bomb Nexus, and uses the reclaim as well. Like, the reason why, like, UD always had more Tech 2 Nexus, I think, but also you have to keep in mind the top left from Jagged is also, he also lost quite some Nexus there.
There was a point in time where Jagged had more economy when he had just sort of inflicted all his rating damage and UD had yet to rebuild.
Yeah, but if your aggression at some point stops, then it's really, you know. Okay, here's the strat, and it's just gonna kill lots of Maxes. There's no T3 MAA from Jagged out. Well, there's not that many Maxes that can actually be killed.
There's a few outlying T2 Maxes. What is he talking about?
Unsolved mystery of 30 lines of Tech 1 radars.
Alright, I found some T1 radars that seem suspicious.
Yeah, and they're all upgrading to Tech 2 or what?
No, I think that means they're like coming back online.
Oh.
That's new.
Okay. That's very weird. Sure.
But the strat is out. It killed, what, 2 T2 Mexes so far?
No, 1. Oh, no, 2. I missed the other. I saw it go for a Tech 1 Mex.
Oh, but there's more out in the field now. Jagged has upgraded additional T2 Mexes, which are now vulnerable.
Look at that bad micro. Couldn't even kill both at the same time at one drop. Swkoll 2400. Nice strat micro there. Okay, that one succeeded.
But
there's
UD's...
the T2 MAA.
Oh, there we go.
I think. Unless he has no intel. No.
Oh, look at that. He completely missed the T2 Mex.
Nice.
There's another strat.
Yeah, but that was just insta dice. Jack doesn't go
for it. He could have committed, but he chose not to.
The strats, they're undefended.
Get him! Does Jagged have intel? Oh, he doesn't have good intel.
Here's the issue. UD has 50 Titans, and Jagged has 12 Titans and 5 Percies. And Judy is also on double the mass income now.
Alright, 2 strats to clean up.
How did that get the last strat?
Oh my god. Alright, that's painful. That's a lot of economic damage.
I think it's completely game over now. The strats, I mean, they didn't really do too much. I mean, they killed some Maxes, but actually they did enough. But most importantly, the land army will just overwhelm them now.
Yeah, the land army, with the air supporting it, can just sort of walk in the main base. Jagged will call it there. I think well fought from both these players.
It was a nice match, but it was the moment the aggression from Jagged ran out and you destabilized. It was in the end he was still like ahead on production, on tech, and on eco. So I feel like the biggest blunder from Jagged was that Percy transport, because it boosted UD's eco further. Plus it means that he had like 6 Titans out way lower, so he had more land units earlier on, but he missed the opportunity to do more rating damage with that, considering the Percy S7 instead of the Titans.
I mean, honestly, I think if he had just grabbed 2 of those transports, filled them up exclusively with Lobos, and then just dropped them all the way on the base.
I mean, you just saw it at the time, so...
Yeah, and then the Titans might have cleaned it up.
Yeah, it probably wasn't gonna happen.